Hello, how's it hanging, everybody? Hello, good afternoon, or morning, or evening, or whatever time zone. How's everyone? It was a very fun weekend, wasn't it? I definitely had a lot of fun playing all this Saturn all weekend. Alright, my eyes are practically closed. Let me see how I can fix that. I don't know why I get such bad eye tracking. It throws me off. There we go. That should be better. Might not get too much blinking, but you know, that's okay. So, rise from the ashes. Thought we'd stop at the Turnabout Goodbyes finale, but I was way too hyped to just stop playing that day. Turnabout Goodbyes was so good. I think it might be my favorite case so far, but some people have told me that Rise from the Ashes is even better. Hi, Soleil! How are you today? Welcome, welcome! It's so good to see you. Welcome to the chat. I was just rambling about this weekend's cases. I am so super excited to keep up Rise from the Ashes. I like Emma Sky. She's not Maya. You know, I'm going to miss Maya very much. I'm sure we'll see her again sometime though, right? Right? And Emma Sky is extremely likable herself. Oh, watching me play makes your anxiety better? That's legitimately like one of my goals here with these safe space streams. If I can help in that way, then that makes me happier than you think. Happier than any follow or subscribe or anything like that. That's all I need. Big hearts to you too. Hold on, let me pull up this toggle, the best toggle ever. Little huggies and hard eyes. I am extremely hyped to play too, besties. Been looking forward to this day like I don't even know how I go through Monday and Tuesday. Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, Day 2, Trial Former. Jeez, we went until late last time, didn't we? Hell yeah, let's see how long we can take it this time. Load data, and there we go. February 23rd, 9:34 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? Defense attorneys should never believe their client, shouldn't we? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. I believe in your sins. How many sins has Phoenix Wright committed? Not enough, not yet. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is... you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Indeed, it is trial time today. Being alive is the one sin he's committed. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Is Lana going to be a recurring character just like Emma? Because I did see Emma on the trial of... Objection! I did see Emma on the cover page of like trials and no, that's a game in the trilogy of investigation spin-off. I think that's the one, the name of the spin-off. And in Apollo Justice Trilogy, I think I saw Emma Sky on the cover too, so I figured that she's gonna stick around. I also saw Edgeworth with glasses. What's the deal with that? Baby girl needs specs? I think it looks really good on him. Can't wait till we're that far along. Am I so cute? My first trial without a Fae helping me. You can do this, Phoenix. Blind of man love. We love veggie in this chat. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. February 23rd, 10 a.m., courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Let's see how this one's gonna go. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. So glad to see you back at your post, Edgy. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Oh, they always are. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. They just start kissing in the middle of court. It's normal for them. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office loft. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. Sadly feel like confessing to everything. Oh. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Why are the defense and the prosecution making out, Your Honor? It's the law. Angel Sky. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ooh, that must be expensive. Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. Judge's really wolfing it down. He's hungry. Let him eat. For you, I have a fiesta bowl. What's in that? Cabbage? I like cabbage, I did it. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox that literally just rides with a bit of sesame? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone is raving about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like typical tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. Find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Sure, caviar is fancy and all, but real tarama, now that's the stuff. Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. You're in a court of law. You're the judge. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Oh, true, I gotta present something for that. Wait, I wasn't ready. It's not Goodman's ID, it's not this, it's not that. It's not this. Could this be? Why did I misclick? Oh, I guess I must have pressed tab by accident. Well, the game sure threw me for a loop there for a second. Alright. Ignore that blip. That was nothing. You all just dreamt that. I dreamt that. What? Miss Star was a detective? I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up, Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. My jam. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. Suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Who are you calling a loser? Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Witness account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finally home detective's intuition at work. To the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a Gary's car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointed tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Let's press for all we got. How did you always know a day like this would come anyway? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Wow, okay. That said, I am a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. This boyfriend. He's the detective. Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yeah, we love a poly queen. What's your issue, Judge? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. It's our boyfriend now. The judge is my boyfriend, hands off. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That will be the room with a security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finally home detective's intuition at work. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder. It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Okay, thanks, me neither. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. What? A young cheese? She plays weird Minecraft mods. God. A pale white cheese, not the tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. So what? Cheese is cheese. Then it must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Why are we making cheese metaphors? Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Camembert's judge? In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something staring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. You're rather good enough for you, ain't? By garage car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed, it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no farther than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what you can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you're a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me? I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Uh-oh. Sounds yummy, though. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? God, I'm hungry too. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana's guy. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all. And ads are starting in just over a minute. Alright, just making sure so that we're not caught off guard. Yes, that's about right. Spooky Boy! Love that username. Hello! Yes, I love Ace Attorney, and Persona 5 Royal is probably one of my most favorite games in the world. Welcome! It is so good to have you in chat. It's good to meet you. My name is Shichiro. We've been on an Ace Attorney journey for a while, and it's not ending until I'm completely finished with the entire franchise. Spin-offs included, because I've heard wonderful things about the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. My ads are starting in 30 seconds, unfortunately. Oh, you found me from Blue Sky? Cheers! Thank you for clicking. Really appreciate that. Sorry that you had to come in just as ads are about to begin, but once they're over, you will get 1 whole hour of ad-free viewing. Thank you for sticking around. Oh, maybe it was one of the Discords advertised to then. Yeah, I love Persona, and I love all that stuff. Heck yeah, found from Twitch alone. Let's go. Thank you so much. Thank you for clicking. Appreciate it a whole ton. I see. Alright, thank you for clarifying. It's so good to have you. I hope you're having a nice week so far. This is an LGBTQ safe space and neurodivergent safe space and just about everything under the sun. We love coziness, hanging out, having fun, and the occasional chaos. There we go, ads. I was wondering why they weren't starting on time. I've been messing a little with Twitch's settings to make them more smooth. I'm doing my best here. No ads for you? Alright, sweet. No biggie either way. Stretch break. Thank you for the stretch break. Indeed, I need to do a stretchy stretch. That felt good. No worries in the least.
Take that!
Take that. We're currently going through case 5, as you can see. Last time was a long stream. We completed Turnabout Goodbyes and played through the entire day 1 of Rise from the Ashes. I'm playing completely blind. I'd known a tiny little bit from like the beginning of case 3 from playing on my 3DS in 2020. But after like 5 years, I've forgotten all about that, so I decided to take the whole series by start once more. And since I like enjoying franchises chronologically, I decided that the best way is to play Ace Attorney Trilogy in order first, then Apollo Justice Trilogy, since those are the 2 main games. Then I'm a little bit conflicted on whether I want to start the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles first, or if I want to play Investigations first. But I'll see that bridge when I get to it. I've been very excited for the Great Ace Attorney, that's for sure. Yeah, good to know. That gives you a good idea. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really don't know anything. Like, right now where I am, I have no idea where any of this is going. I haven't seen any spoilers. I know a single spoiler for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and apparently it's not too major. Oh yeah, please give me tips, everybody. Backseating is absolutely allowed in my streams. I've got a trusty guide by my side if anything gets too complicated. Advice is always appreciated. Thank you so much. Dun, 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 dun. And for the record, every time there is an ad break, I do not progress the dialogue, so that whether you're subscribed or just not getting ads, or whether you're getting ads, everybody gets to have the same experience if you're tuned in and watching. Because if you miss out on parts of a visual novel, then it's just not boring. Then it just... Sorry, I meant to say not entertaining. I don't know why I said not boring. And there we go, ads are over. Thank you so much for sticking around and supporting the channel. It means so much to me. You like just giving hints when the game wants to make something no one else in the world would do. Science Maya, yeah, that sounds like Emma. Yep, I've just met Emma. I don't know too much about her, but she's with me in the courtroom right now. She seems interesting. I like Maya. I mean Emma. Oh god, I keep getting their names wrong. That's embarrassing. Dun, 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 dun. Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. Maya Sky, Emma Faye. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Let's press everything. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You keep saying that. Have you watched Monty Python or something, Emma? You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Mrs. Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Okay. You don't smile like that. Okay. Now we've got to present something. Let's have a look at our court record. What comes next? I see, maybe we should just present the crime photo. Not here, though. Ah, I misclicked. She throws the pointing tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. And in the picture she gave us, let's have a look. Well, the trunk of the car, blood on the coat. Yeah, I'm going to try that. And you witness this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife. As I've already said, yes. Let's swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Oh, that looks tasty. Lot of sauce. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Yeah, and she's not thrusting a pointing knife. That's what I was thinking. Why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Uh-huh. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. Objection. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? Objection! This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. I mean, I'm not sure what else it could be. I figured it was blood, but okay. Phoenix is trying his best. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? No problem. Let's object. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. Not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. But premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Your beautiful lips. Ah! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. That's why we misclicked earlier. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Murder was planned, the rubber gloves prove it.
Objection!
Objection. Let's press on that first. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Ah! Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. I need to stop misclicking. Let me lower my game window just a bit. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound. Mr. Wright is getting old. This is the third time. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Oh, okay. It's just repeating. It's but a flesh wound. If it was premeditated by Lana Sky, then why was it so involved with Edgeworth, his car, his knife? He wasn't even there, so I don't get it.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? Bloody murder weapon, a red car. Won't belong to the prosecutor there. The fellas, the chief prosecutor of the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Ugh. Oh, she's sweating. We're getting somewhere. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Oh, Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? Okay. Burn. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Okay, yaoi man. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered a detective with a knife. I'ma just drink some water. It's nice and fresh, too. That is the only thing that the prosecution needs proof, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel's deduction. Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure that chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Yes, that's how it works. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Angel's deduction. Let's think about this for a bit. Okay, let's press. You've said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie. I believe what you just said was a mere prelude to the story. Okay, leave me alone, Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Hey, I mean, those can still be kinda okay-ish. Something's half-baked here, alright? And it's you. Try not to confuse the defense, witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why do you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for herself. Joke on you, I'm fully baked. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. Have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. Technically, this is like 2016 and we've just found out cell phones exist, so... Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? Sure, the chief prosecutor had a grudge. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because you didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agree there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. Schrodinger's lunchbox? Person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels, don't you agree? I don't know if I do. I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. This judge has his brains over his head. Look at him. He was a good man. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Knife, she says. This knife, you say. No prints, traces of victim's blood, Edgeworth's knife that she used, allegedly. Oh, should I not have done that? No. I was so sure it was the knife. The other part of the knife? In the picture? One knife wound, yeah, and she says again and again.
Objection!
You say she stabbed him again and again. But you could have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Oh my god, that's just moss. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? Shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to the loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk! He's my hero, really. That's my line. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, just rice and ketchup? You couldn't even do like omu rice, you know, omelette rice and ketchup? That's better. Oh, thanks. Aren't you stuffed by now, Judge? I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. The judge is an idiot and his surprise face is the flushed emoji. Changed my mind. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. Excuse me? She's right. Miss Guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? People often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. It's the circus. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is her chance. Chance for what? I wonder. Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her ability as a detective really set her off. The short wig bars out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, would it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, even a really short wig will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Cute. Let's have another look. She's not even wearing the scarf here, and that is no scarf. What are you talking about, girl?
Objection!
Miss Star,
Objection!
I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. Even the judge bargaining her. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. How was my objection? What? What was my objection? Chopped liver? Kinda said their own consonants there, excuse me. Phoenix gets bullied, the trilogy. But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Hold it!
Hold it. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Ooh, intense music. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made it to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You are quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake, I was gonna say. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an old drum. An old drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you will. Yuri.
Hold it!
So where is this partition on the floor plans? Sure, that means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her eyes to her. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? Yeah. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, that she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. Judge, what? It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have got on my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? She mentioned the muffler. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard was her say the word muffler. Just the one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory, oh, it's fuzzy? It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see? No, the court does not see, Miss Star. Yeah, what does that mean? The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day.
Objection!
Objection. Good witnessing. Witness. Objection. Good witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this defense rookie attorney. Lana's cell phone updated. Saw it all. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one more time, so listen, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then, she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Chief prosecutor made escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pâté of foie gras. Huh? She even kicked over an old drum at me. An old drum? There was an old drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other, the parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the old drums. Excellent, more mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Sky tried to run. I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. The suspect attempted to run behind a partition on her side. Alright, let me have a quick look at my died for a moment. Stay a step ahead of the game. Let's present the parking lot floor plans. I'm very curious about this partition. She's been seeing things. Oh, come on, I'm already at half-life. So hard being Phoenix Wright. Maybe it was here that I had to present the floor plans.
Objection!
Perfect. Miss Star, have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star? This is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you coffee all up. Floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Yeah. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? What is the meaning of this order? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up blunts, she's coughing up lies. Ah. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. She lied about what she saw, right? I'm gonna double check my guide because I'm at, like, 2 mistakes away from game over and I'm scared. Can't trust my gut anymore. Where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask our question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard till now points in one direction. Place was here. Makes sense. She was visiting her boyfriend. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember your testimony. You said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright? Doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. His photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She won't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Does make a vital difference, but what would change? Maybe any of those three. Hmm. Distance. Angle. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Oh no, it was the angle. I messed up.
Objection!
Oh, wait, was it correct? I thought I was about to get, like, the judge judging me, so I wasn't reading. I was, like, skipping forward. Sorry. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Sounds delicious. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the Glasswell station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go to the visitor's parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. Five minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. And I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. That's not much to swear on. You have a point. The spork is a wonderful... The heck, Judge? And the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Sitting back and observe is never the way to roll. Let me just make sure I'm a step ahead, see what evidence I gotta present. Alright, let's raise an objection.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente, That's going in my screenshots. I've got lunchboxes that I pasta into notes, rookie. Thanks for the follow, Spooky Boy. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Could make pasta in that time, Your Honor. 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If instant noodles is pasta and instant noodles are cooked in about 3 minutes on average, then I suppose you could make pasta in 5 minutes and it wouldn't even have to be al dente. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea, I didn't kill anyone, but you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Kai Darrell at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that count shot, Mr. Wright. That was too close! I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned, and with that, court is adjourned. You?
Hold it!
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the ones you tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Huh. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Is he a dog? Just give him treats and he'll do anything. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. Was she going to pull out her lunchbox this time? The judge is hungry. I don't blame him. Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? Two types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Alright, ads are starting in 1 minute. Let's get through this at a regular pace, and once they begin, I will pause as per usual and wait for ads to finish so that everybody gets to experience the same visual novel. The fancies begin. Ooh, hype, hype, hype. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule 2. You don't talk about courtroom. Oh? Ads have begun a little earlier than I thought. Okay. Whole judicial system has 2 rules, that's it. Just the 2 rules, and those are the ones you have to follow at all times. Anything else, and it's perjury. Perhaps a felony. Or a federal crime. Fixed my eye blinks just a little more. Now my eyes should look more alive, I hope. Nah, it's not my tracking, it's because my webcam is like just slightly higher than most people have their webcam, so when it catches me like looking straight ahead, it mostly thinks I'm looking down, so like that's why. Live 2D models are so fun, I love them. I have another customizable too, I'm obsessed with them, and I'm rigging my actual like unique Live 2D model on the side. I've just received the art and it's so good. Oh, I cannot wait to show you all, it's gonna be so nice, it's so fancy and so many toggles. The cat boy is also extremely fun. And there's my lovely PNG. There's even the Vroid if I ever feel like classic VTubing, even though I'm still updating the Vroid because I'm actually using that 3D model as my avatar on VRChat. Just before starting the stream, I was on Blender and Unity working on a little bit and exporting it for VRChat. So that was a fun way to spend time. Blender and Unity are kinda tiring, but I still like them a lot. When you figure something out, it's like, aha! And ads are over! Sorry that was a little abrupt, everybody. They started immediately. I had no saying that. We've left out a tense moment about a shoe. Let's find out more about that shoe. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Yeah, tell me about it. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. You do not mean that for a second, girl, come on. The dialogue in this game is like my favorite. It's so good. The music and the dialogue are peak, and when you're playing a visual novel, that's what you want. And the art is super good too. I have no complaints. Victim shoe added to the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Alright, press. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, erased testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This one, the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Star. Let's get it over with. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was of course the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless type evidence. Tell me more. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need a proof. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And the blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, Rookie? Huh. Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. You're in Phoenix, making dad jokes before he's even a dad. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we'll more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person, or so here. That's pretty specific. And if I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana's guys. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. Shoe proves it. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts? No, I did not. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. Is enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup, Mr. Wright. Do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? There has to be, right? If I'm not imagining things. Say there is one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. The gleam in your eyes. You're still young, Rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish cut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Shoe. I'll get it. Shoe. I think the bottom's suspicious too. Maybe I need to tilt it like... Can I tilt it? Oh, I thought my magnifying glass would turn orange once there was evidence. Okay. Thank you very much. Just double checking. Yeah, it's the blood on the heel. Alright. Also, don't mind me, was just chewing a little snack. Wonder if you noticed, there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? I'm drawing a blank again. Detective Blood Shoe. Oh, is that emoji? Just the pat 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 on gumshoe. I love that. Whoever streamer made that emoji so based, I cannot even put it into words. That's so good. Let's have another look here. There's no bloody footsteps anywhere. Yeah, no blood on the floor. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Know that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Yep, that's what I just said. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order! 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 Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I ate the blood. I see, now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. Chief Prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. Over an old drum, she's beautiful but deadly, a predator, leopard woman, roar. I thought it was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, Allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? So it cleaned up the blood? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? You know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Uh-huh, you don't mean, yes, the suspect knocked over the old drum for one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Wah! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the old drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hard. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Huh? Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox, a lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. A photograph? Hide it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. You should have shown that from the start. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. But why? I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Mia! Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. Mia! This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Oh, that's funny. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem, right or wrong, I'm going to go ahead with this. Let's go, I love the spirit. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem with this photograph. Wouldn't the water have washed off the shoe? That's my first thought, but I'm a dum-dum with small brain. Object sticking out the car's muffler. Chat, I'm ESL and I don't drive. What is a muffler? As in a car context. I'll just Google that, it's alright. Let me Google. Car muffler. The escape tube thingy? Oh, okay, I see, I see. I don't even know what that's called in Greek, to be honest. It's over here. Problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. Was that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? A muffler in a muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Why it's related to the case. Because it's her muffler. This game is messing with me. I feel like I've been presenting that same photo too much, but it just makes sense. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of it the wrong way. The word muffler was overheard. Miss Star, recall your testimony for the court. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused. Muffler. Oh. Would it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, That means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we made it. At least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. Haven't you had like 5 lunch boxes, Judge? Oh my god, this man's hungry. He's still hungry? To be continued. Oh. Yes, let's definitely say. A trial in 2 parts. Let's do the second part too. 11:56 a.m. Defendant lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Oh, the rest isn't that long? Alright. Well, it's fun. I don't mind. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently, she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who started to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. You? Oh, hello, Marshall. Let's go, Marshall. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, he'll fire up his temper. That's what they told me when I was a young one, at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come take a look. See how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out of, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have really been on edge. Haven't you got enough on your own plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's tasty mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just be it all? I've seen the red breeze blow her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edge was in it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, where are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can cook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! I want ribs and steak sauce. Yum. 12:32 p.m. Courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets, that furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes aren't focused, you're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. Wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth? Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. Seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock? Who's there? Hello? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Who is this guy? Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Oh, it's you. Are you gonna talk? Oh, sorry I'm late. Gee, the roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, eh? Gee, how you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. The judge exists outside the courtroom. I refuse to believe that. Busy smeezy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Wright, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about little Worthy giving me all the trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fella. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's... my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Guy really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Switchblade? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that word. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Oh damn, Edgeworth's in hot water. No. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think I'll have to push the switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point it at people anymore. Let's hurry up and open it. Oh, come on, why did my cursor go all the way there? And E is just zooming in instead of doing an action. What do I do? Tap? Space? Enter? Enter. Ah, don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? Well, the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife. Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. Sec. Gotta recalibrate. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Naji. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order, order, order. The plot chickens. Anyway, we're at the department where we're all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Can't say how? Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about that knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. Perhaps the pieces are falling into place. The evidence that's had me stumped all this time. How were things down at the department? Were in shape to do an investigation? Something happened at the police department too, huh? Got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask, Yaoi Supreme Man? No matter, I understand. You're busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Detective was killed at the police department. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. Suppose I could help if helping by giving me data on your case? Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Ooh, this is important. Okay, let's ask. Okay, where was the victim found? So, tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto? Can't say I've heard of it. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room. There's something stranger about this than the place when the body was found. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Can't talk much about it. Should present something. Oh wait, I forgot to press the last statement. How can you say there's no connection? They are literally the same crime in different places. How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto, you understand? Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office. And one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. Something about a victim's ID number, but I'm not sure what I have to do to get it. Pressed everything. Check the knife out, says the game. Oh, you mean, this note? Goodman's note? Familiar? SL92. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? Not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code, DL6. Maybe it's a case number. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. What if this note is upside down? SL9. Is there a way for me to prove that? Or am I just complete coincidence here? The ID here doesn't have anything to do. Nothing of note on... Oh, or is there? A name and ID number written here. Wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters. There's a reason I have already language in the first place. ID, yabadub. Would that be better? Yabadub? Does have a certain ring to it. Okay, that was funny. Shot in the dark because other way I've got a full life gauge. Alright, no. The second one. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. Ooh, you're so right, bestie. Thank you. And here I present the memo, I think. Yeah. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? An honest to goodness, what do you mean from Maggi? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92, and this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12-2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside? The print and name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turned around, then what do you get? Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9, that's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, well, Chief? Oh, well. I guess the cat's out the bag. You win, Righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? That was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice, nice. Good show, Lilworthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day in the department. Sharp hungry. Why didn't you ask? You were busy with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed. What a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Pressing the last one. I keep skipping over it by accident. Thank you. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything at police, righto. You understand? Try to understand, righto. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. There it is. I better find and get to the bottom of this. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. Even pressing doesn't do anything. My guide isn't helping here either because it's for the DS game and I guess they must have changed up a little something here. We already checked out the knife. Oh my god, short testimony. We have Goodman's note upside down now. Let me take another look. The new thing we get when presenting the note? I think so. Let's see. One, 2, 3. It's either the third or the fourth. Don't think it's got anything to do with the time of the crime, so fourth. Let's press a bit more. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising Haji, he's at a loss for words. Maybe I can ask another question. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. Keeps and keeps pressing, gets all 3 questions. Chat, Phoenix Wright. How was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was while we're in the force called a stabbing with a knife. Knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now, but you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the 2 cases than the cause of death. It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Yeah, I guess we need all 3 ones. Okay, let's ask about the when. When did it occur? Sharp question, very sharp, my boy, you're gonna love this. Time of the crime, 5:15. Now let's ask about the where one more time. Just in case. The evidence room. Oh, that's new. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? That was evidence in a case. Was stolen from the evidence room. Or is that new? Has it just been a while? There's the connection between the 2 cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With a link between the 2 cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gan to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. 2 detectives killed, 1 in the prosecutor's office, 1 in the police department. That knife. Okay, let's press on the new thing. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these 2 cases has already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that a detective murdered at the police department was killed in the very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my man 2 days to find out what you deduce right here. When the game does the pause. I know, right? 2 days. Trust me, that was like 2 days in my head too. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really? Dun, 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 dun. Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the police department, okay? 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office. Oh, it's just the one statement? I'll cooperate, can't reveal the name. Okay, whatever, just speak. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. We need the victim's ID number. I know this because I saw it on the guide. And we have a big shiny ID with us since the very beginning. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID number, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 58421189. Well, that's quite long, and we'll have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim of the police department. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? Time to show stolen evidence. That should be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective was marked at the police department. Tells you something? What does it tell you? Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. I still think it looks more like the troll face than anything. No, I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Oh yay, you've been having tea watching the stream? That's so cozy. What kind of tea? I had some spicy mint tea yesterday and I made it like sweet. It was really nice. I love minty tea. I love all sorts of tea. Chamomile is another favorite. Green tea, that's my jam. Any sort of green tea, I'm all over that. Let's go. Yeah, tea's in the habit of getting forgotten for a little bit, but then you can just sip it all nicely anyway. It's not a big deal. Yummy tea, let's go. And looks like ads are starting in 2 minutes and there is nothing I can do to stop them. I'm sorry, y'all. I snoozed them 3 times. That's the most I'm allowed to do per stream. Because things were really intense. But we just might have to deal with an ad break at the very beginning of at the very end, I mean, of the trial, which is a little irritating. What can you do? And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5242189. Wait a second, Wright? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, The detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sharp as a tack, righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room, at the exact same time. That's impossible. So, what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? In a completely different location? Order, 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 Chief. What does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Let's find out right after this 3-minute ad break. Thank you all so much for sticking around and supporting the channel. It really means so much to me. I'll make sure to hydrate and stretch since it's a break. Better follow my own advice, right? The Blood Ultra Chickens. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'll be right back until ads end. Go check on what my cat is doing. Hello, looks like we are all back. Thank you so much for sticking around through that. My cat was busy being very sleepy and very cute, as he usually tends to do. Hello, hello. The suspenseful music has gone on for too long. We must find out. Why didn't we hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, The police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait, I said wait. Oh, he's evil. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, yeah, that guy. The yes man. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth, anyone on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Ah. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, it's a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But, sir, you could have submitted the report this morning to the court as evidence. Then no such luck this time, Worthy, or should I say unworthy, uncalled for, and also you look terrible and evil and ugly. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? You don't talk about evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright, huh? Oh, well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. I was just doing my job. No. No! Oh, dang. Edgeworth can't catch a break, can he? Seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors, you were in a defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really? You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. I love this jingle, it's so satisfying. Alright, looks like we've made it to day 2 investigation. Let's save, let us put on the chill Ace Attorney OST music. And that's it for the day, folks. Had so much fun playing Ace Attorney today. I was really looking forward to it and it was so absolutely worth it. Rise from the Ashes is extremely interesting. The plot keeps on thickening. I wonder what the heck the twist is gonna be. I wonder what the real case is going to be, because everything about all of it is very fishy. It's so fishy. So fishy, I can make a tuna sandwich. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful evening or afternoon or morning or whatever time it is for you, whether you're watching now or watching the VOD. And remember to take good care of yourself, even when times are hard, because that's what you gotta do. Thank you all so much for today. I'll be seeing you on Friday at 6 for more Ace Attorney. Bye bye. See ya.